Hey Libra, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Welcome to the treehouse on this windy, blustery day. We're going to be getting your tarot forecast for the first month of 2024. January for Libra. All the cards have been prayed over and they've already been smudged. And I just want to invite you to say hi in the comments section if you'd like for me to pray for you, send you my good energy. Even an emoji actually gives me something I can focus on that represents you. So please do that, and please enjoy the reading. Of course, take only what resonates. The readings are not meant for absolutely every person, but if it does not resonate, I encourage you to check out your rising or your moon sign. That can be very powerful. All right, you guys. So Libra, January 2024, only taking the cards that fly out on their own. I do want to make a quick note before I shuffle the cards. If you have not been getting notifications, turns out YouTube has been unsubscribing some people on people's tarot channels. It's been a common complaint. I've noticed some strange behavior in the algorithm, like videos getting buried. So just simply toggle that subscribe button off and on, and that should remedy the situation. All right, you guys. Libra's January 2024. Wow, they're acting crazy. All right, so we got a ton, which I like. I like that. I just want to make sure nothing flew. Okay. All right. And so as I'm laying this down, I'm just going to ask you to please hit that like button. Help out the channel. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. You guys got so many cards. What is going on in January? Well, we've got fresh emotion, fresh love, or friendship coming through here. This is an offer, so we'll get more on that. Working through some stuff, maybe some inner conflict, maybe some past disappointment. Let's talk about this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's important to remember, Libra, in January, especially when it comes to your independence, your finances, things that you're investing in, if that's property or whether that's yourself, be patient because it's moving slower than you'd like. But there's a reason. It's important that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, that you do this correctly. It's important that things fall into alignment and not get rushed. This does look like it is around money somehow. And you're getting the beautiful card of, and I had to draw some bathing suits on these cards. It killed me because this tarot deck is so beautiful, but YouTube nudity. You get it. So we've got this beautiful card of the star coming out. So there's hope, replenished, optimism. So if you're getting a little, you feel a little deflated, a little defeated around the amount of time it's taking to feel like you're really in charge of your finances, you're really in control of your independence, be patient, be kind to yourself. It's coming. Something beautiful is coming. All right. Speaking of which, we have the Ace of Cups. I need cards around this. I need to know, what is our Ace of Cups for my Libras? Please make it clear. Well, you have an idea of what you don't want in a relationship, right? You have a pretty clear idea. You know, I feel like I'm speaking to some Libras who know what it's like to be the more responsible one. And what you don't want is conflict. What you don't want is for things in a relationship feel like you are the only adult in the room. But also, you hate it when somebody, they get you to stoop down and squabble with them. Because in those moments, you don't feel like, something that's really beautiful about a lot of Libras is they have a natural sense of balance and fairness. Oftentimes they have a knack for being able to step outside a situation and see both sides. So what gets you about an experience in the past is that you lost sight of that. You don't want to ever lose sight of that again, okay? So that's your indication that that type of relationship or that type of person is toxic. And why am I smiling so much while I'm telling you that? It's because you got the Two of Wands. You've already reached your breaking point of like, squabbles are not my thing. I do not like this petty stuff. And you don't like feeling weak that way. You know what I mean? You're a very strong person, I'm sure, but you know what I mean by weak is like, I don't like feeling vulnerable that way. And so we are finishing up a chapter. And some of you guys, this could have been a relationship that hadn't even been that old. I know that's weird to say. But, so yeah, you know what you don't want. And that's actually really, really powerful. Sometimes just as powerful as knowing what you want, right? Of course, when we're manifesting, we don't want to focus on what we don't want, right? Because we don't want to bring it forward into our lives. But you know what it is to feel insecure and unstable in your relationships. And you're absolutely not having it. Not in 2024. Absolutely not. Good for you. So you've put a lot of time and energy into this Three of Cups. It could be a group of people. They could be friends. They could be comrades. They could be related to. Could be just two people, whatever it is. And maybe something has become clear that if you're spending that, there's a theme here. You're being discerning, going into the year of 2024, being discerning. Like, hey, if I'm staying up at night worrying, or if my hamster is on the wheel, like with anxiety around these people, they're not worth my time. They're not my people. Because there's a sense of being left out or not getting enough here, scarcity. And it's making you reflect on like, whoa, how much thought, effort, and consideration have I put towards this? And if it's leading me into a place that feels scarce, like I feel misunderstood, I don't feel like people are seeing me eye to eye. What am I doing it for? So you're at a crossroads in this group of people or this emotional place within relationships where you're like, well, what's in it for me, right? Do I need to change things up? And how do I do that? Six of Cups for my Libras, January 2024. Six of Cups. That wants to come out too. Nice. I think you'll be saying no to family obligations or obligations just because somebody goes back in their history and you have memories in the past with them that might be fond and positive. I think you're going to be willing to change things or alter things so that you're excited and harmonious with it again. You're very good for you, Libra. Good for you. Screw obligation. That's what I think I should just call your videos. Screw obligation. What's this? But this is making you all very happy. We've got 9 of Cups. We've got 10 of Cups. It's kind of like the more discerning you are, I can't stop smiling. I don't usually smile this much in a reading. But it's like this feeling as I do your reading, it's getting lighter and lighter. The more you say no, the lighter you grow. It's like a helium balloon getting filled up. And it's like, no, I don't have to do that. No, you're not my people and you're exhausting. So no, so good for you. There is like this, what is this? 5 of Swords. I think this is reconfirming something that came out earlier with that I was talking about with the Ace of Cups when I was saying, you know what you don't want, right? Remember that? So this is just like an argument. Again, we've got this kind of conflict energy. It's kind of like your word is your bottom line. It's almost like having the last word to an argument or hitting your bottom line. And as soon as you say it or as soon as you make that action, it is almost scary because it shakes things up. You might even surprise yourself, and there might be a surprising set of consequences to you being like, nope, this is my bottom line. This is how I feel. But this is where it gets really cool. I'm telling you, this is where you arrive. You're very, very happy. But it's a huge leveling up. This is a transformation in your life. This is a wake-up call. This is a big spiritual awakening. It's like you just handed yourself the talking stick. Permission to say no, permission to express yourself by listening to your intuition. It can't be helped. No FUCKs given. You are down to your last one. Boo. All right. So let's move on. Clarity on our Queen of Cups, this sensitive individual. Clarity on this Queen of Cups. Yeah. Conflict. Things are moving slowly. An opportunity is not arriving. You are looking beyond. Something to do with this individual who could be a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. They don't have to be. They could be just like a creative, intuitive, sensitive individual, emotional individual. They tend to, when they do bond with people, they tend to bond really closely. And with this individual, there is conflict. And there's a sense of like, things aren't going to manifest. Things are not going to come about the way you want or expectations. And so you are looking beyond, you're looking forward. I feel like there's a lot of repeating of this message, confirmation. Your tarot reading is just confirming you. It's like this big hand that's supporting you on your back. Like, keep trudging up the hill. You're doing great. So you're looking out at other opportunities. And this is just the very beginning where you start looking out at those opportunities, because you're arriving at the realization that, like, you know what, this thing isn't going to come about the way that they had hoped, or that I had once hoped. And so that might change some people's living situations. That might be changing the +1 situation. And that part, there might have been some plans that I've got to change. But just know that disappointment is short-lived. There's a natural ending to this. And it's really important that this meaning is heard about the Death card. The Death card comes out when something really needs to end, because something needs to grow there. So it's like the seasons changing. There's a natural cycle to this. So yeah, let yourself go through it. Maybe there's some disappointment in that. And maybe around celebrations, +1s at weddings, going to concerts together. This could be moving in, or how your living situation with somebody. But I feel like it's kind of short-lived, okay? Because it needed to go. Okay, so we have, and of course, again, I have to say, only take this if it applies. You will feel if it feels right. Beautiful, beautiful. So you're in a growth spurt. You're having a huge victory. You are investing yourself into something that is going to long-term pay off. That could be monetarily, that could literally be a skill set, something you have to research or get better at, or step up at work in a new way that is going to bring in money. And it's important to also be patient, enjoy the learning curve. Because this is where life starts to get really exciting. You're giving yourself an opportunity to become abundant, and getting out of, you're leaving this shady, cloudy, confused place of indecision. And by taking action, even if it's slow and steady, even being a novice at something, but it's fresh energy being introduced to your life, and you give yourself a pat on the back, you're going to feel that victory. And then we have an interesting one. We've got a knight who's upside down. This particular knight, they can be a bit full of air. And so they come in with big burst of energy. They may be quite different from you. They might be from a distance from you. They come off as they couldn't have a big ego. They come off as very confident, but they might be full of hot air. So that's just important to take note of. They come across as somebody who is who's really got it together. But in fact, I think that there's an imbalance there. And it could be happening inside. And this is their business, of course. But if it helps with understanding, they are actually battling insecurity deeply. And so it manifests in a lot of like visionary, confident, let's do this and stuff. And it could be even arrogant seeming. So those of you who are more on the sensitive side and can like feel an individual, and you're also really good at sensing BS, you'll sense this. You'll sense that it's them overcompensating for a silent war they've got going on inside. And for those of you who are not necessarily sensitive that way to emotions, this is just me throwing it out there to consider that actions speak louder than words, and where those actions lead are the most important to pay attention to. All right, you guys, I hope that's helpful. Let's get into a little bit of Oracle, okay? So guiding Oracle cards for you. We've got the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck, and I will read a small bit about this card. So January 2024 for my Libras, we have healing, okay? Healing. This is not the month for obligations. This is your month. Healing. So as the image suggests, we've got a bottle on each side of her. Maybe it's medicine. The renewing influence of nature can also profoundly react. So there are many ways in which you can be proactive about your quality of life and the choices you make. Preventative measures taken now, be they physical, emotional, or mental, can prevent more challenging problems in the future. So when I'm seeing in your tarot reading, you stepping up and rising up like a helium balloon, being filled, each time you set a boundary, each time you slash through the sense of obligation and you say, no, I come first, my vitality, my happiness comes first, that is healing, okay? So there's many ways in which you can be proactive about your quality of life. That is quality of life right there. Doing what you want, what is going to feed you, being around the people who are going to feed you, support you, and being discerning. And I'm so proud of you because January, you're kicking butt. So as it says, as the image suggests, the renewing influence of nature can also profoundly reactivate your innate healing mechanisms and lead you back to a wholesome connection to Mother Earth. So any time spent deepening your relationship with the many facets of nature's calming aura will be well invested. So whatever that means to you, nature, this is what nature means to me, right? Like, I like plants inside, I like plants outside, literally just stuffing the house with nature. But it might not be so literal for you. So what does that mean to you, your natural place? Because as you get into that place, is that singing to a song in your living room and, cutting a rug? Is that you going out to your favorite lunch spot, that makes you feel like you? Is that playing chess on a popular sidewalk in New York City? Whatever it is, that is going to help center you. It's going to help that helium balloon rise. Anyway, I hope that is helpful. Say hi in the comments section if you'd like prayers and good energy from myself, from everyone else. This is a positive and safe place. And please hit the like button. It helps the channel so much. All right. Bye-bye.